Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, the Face Off. Ross, introduce the guests, man.
Today we have two of Cage Warrior's newest lightweight recruits. They are both absolutely sensational strikers. We have Mr. Adam Shelley fighting out of Team KF and Mr. James Power fighting out of ASW Manchester. How are we getting on, lads?
Oh, mate, thank you.
All good, lads, yeah.
We were just saying off the air, lads, that it looks like you're in the same car.
Oh, stop. Adam, I'm going to start with yourself. How did it feel to be getting the nod, knowing you're going to fight on the Belfast card? And what do you know of James?
Yeah, so it's deadly, lads, getting on the Belfast show. I had an idea before Manchester that a good performance and a good win would put me on it. Didn't take anything for granted beforehand because I know obviously the amount of not only Irish talent but just all the lads in general were going to be wanting to get on that. So anything other than a stoppage wouldn't have confirmed it. So a nice stoppage booked my ticket. And the second part of that, James, to be honest, I got the name sent over. Chris did most of the looking into him. I know he's undefeated as a pro and he's a striker. That's what I know most anyway.
And then James, did you watch Cage Warriors Manchester? Did you see Adam's performance? Did you? And what did you make of it?
Yeah, I actually went to watch the second day. I think he was on the first day, so I watched that back anyway. So I've seen that fight, which were a good performance by him. Yeah, but yeah, it was a cracking show. Both of those shows on that weekend. So yeah, I went to watch.
And James, when you got Adam Shelley's name as well, like, what did you make of it? Because this is obviously your first performance. This is going to be your first performance in the Cage Warriors cage.
Yeah, so we got his name, and obviously I seen him on the Cage Warriors, and obviously the lad he fought was just like persistent with the takedown, so I only got to really see his grappling side, and I know he's more striking based like myself, good taekwondo background, competed at a high level at that, so yeah, I was just excited to be able to get in there and share the cage with like another high level striker. It should be sick.
Yeah, Ross, we are actually going to the event. It's going to be Cage Warriors 140 in Belfast on June 25th. You can get tickets in either Adam's Instagram or James's Instagram. And of course, you can watch it live on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, Baz, I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm sure this to me is like a mouth-watering fight, like, because you have to think both lads are going to come in here and think they're the superior striker, and they're both going to want to dominate on the feet. Adam, do you believe you are the superior striker in this?
I do, yeah. I believe that I will have fought a good few people with James's style, but he won't really have come up against many people with my style. Now, you know, I don't know who he has in his gym, but I that's just my gut feeling anyway.
And then James, obviously, you're going to say you're the better striker. Have you fought someone with Adam's style before?
Yeah, I fought a few guys from a taekwondo background, amateur kickboxing days. So some time ago now, but I've got a few lads who have got a similar background to train with. So yeah, hopefully we can get a good look of it and perform on the night. Yeah.
Adam, you've obviously fought on Cage Warriors before. Like, for James making his debut here, like what does he sort of have in store for him?
If you're talking about the event, Baz, I think once I don't know how James feels about Cage Warriors. For me, like competing on Cage Warriors in the build-up, I was like, right, this is going to be a big show. Like, you know, it's Cage Warriors. But to be honest, on the night, it didn't really feel any different to any other show. So I had sort of built it up to be something really big in my head. But then on the night, you know yourself, you make the walk, you're in that cage, you've got somebody in front of you. It's a fight at the end of the day. What I do, like, it's going to be a big Irish crowd. Myself and Ryan are bringing a big gang up, and I can imagine the likes of Reese McKee and all is going to have an army there. So, yeah, that might be one factor anyway. But other than that, I don't think it'll make too much of a difference to previous shows.
And James, what about yourself? What are you expecting from Cage Warriors Belfast? It will obviously be a very rowdy crowd.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, to be honest, mate, I'm buzzed for it. I can't wait. I think it's going to be sick. I think the atmosphere will be mega, and I've actually managed to get quite a few of the lads to go over to watch as well. So hopefully there'll be a good crowd for myself there as well. So I think it'll be Yeah, just a good atmosphere, mate, when we're in there.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one to remember. Obviously, also the SSE is like one of the bigger venues Cage Warriors has done in a while, so they're obviously expecting the crowd to come. James, have you ever fought on, in enemy territory in a venue that big? Because obviously, I know I wouldn't say Belfast is quite Adam's hometown, but he's going to drive up and you're going to have to get a flight. So that's probably the difference in it.
Yeah, I've not.
Adam might run it.
Yeah, I've not fought in an arena of that size before. But I think, like Adam said, anyway, it's like a fight's a fight. I fought on some big shows before, previously in kickboxing and stuff, and in front of some big crowds, a few thousand people. So, you block a lot of that out on the night anyway. Once you're in there, scrap to scrap. So,
yeah, fair enough. I actually want to talk a bit about the lightweight division. Obviously, we're getting a bit more clarity on it now. Hardwick is going to fight against Driscoll in Cage Warriors London. Yeah. I know it's your debut, James, and I know Adam, you're only one fight deep, but the division itself is very, very interesting. How many more wins do you reckon, Adam, you might need before you're putting yourself right there in that mix? Because I always think you make a statement in front of a big crowd, you make a big noise.
That's it, Ross. Like, I suppose it depends how you're winning, doesn't it? Like, so I'm 2-1 now with one stoppage on Cage Warriors. Another 2 or 3 stoppages. Could that put me in the picture? I don't really know, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 stoppages could have me up in contention. Yeah.
And then James, obviously it's your debut, but you're bringing a 2-0 record. It's like a sort of shiny new car you're driving there. What's called with the O at the end of your record. Do you feel like a win over someone like Adam can just bring you straight up into that upper echelon to the Cage Warriors roster?
Yeah, definitely. I think like Adam's got a decent following in that. I think he's a decent scalp to take, and then if I do so in good fashion, I'm sure that'll help me like catapult up the rankings pretty quickly. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see who wins out of George. I think George definitely deserves his shot. He's been there for a while now, and he at the top of this division on Cage Warriors roster. So I'm happy to see him get his shot. But yeah, like a potential matchup with some of the guys at the top end would be great.
And then just on that lightweight division, Adam, who do you think, take yourself out of the equation, actually is the best lightweight fighter on the roster? You have Joe, who's sort of the current belt holder, although he's vacated. You have George. You have Mike Figlack. Who do you actually think is the best lightweight?
And don't say James.
Any of the 3 you mentioned there, strong contenders. There's also, I don't know, like, there's been no word of him fighting yet. Chris Duncan is fairly solid.
Yeah, Scottish fella. He is.
I know he signed his contract there. I don't know, was it the same time as me back in December, but I saw a few of his fights previously at Bellator, and he was unlucky over the Contender Series, but he's a good scalp in that division. So but until he fights, I suppose let's just rule him out for now because he hasn't fought yet. So out of the 3 you mentioned there, I like Hardwick.
So you think if he goes and wins the crown, I feel like it's a bit bad saying not even mention Driscoll, who's fighting for the title, but I feel like the integration between the US and the UK and Europe hasn't happened yet. So it'll be interesting.
To be honest, I'd say a lot of people are the same over this side. I haven't watched your man Driscoll at all, and maybe the fellas over there are going, "Who's this Hardwick bloke?" As you said, it hasn't integrated. But I think Hardwick is 9-1 or something like that. So a win there could probably send him off.
Yeah, true. And what about yourself, James? What way do you look at the lightweight division, and who do you think is like the biggest scalp in the division to get at the moment?
Yeah, I think George, like I said before, he's been denied a shot twice, I think now, unfortunately, but yeah, he's definitely at the minute like the most impressive out of the lightweights, I would say. So yeah, I would agree. Yeah, definitely, George.
Baz, get the Parmos ready.
Yeah, his brother Harry's actually fighting on this card as well. Like, this card is looking unbelievable. Like, Cage Warriors Belfast, we've already had Reese and Justin on for a face-off. We've had Paddy and we've had Jordan on for a face-off, and now we have James and Adam as well. Like, and there's many more to come. But I mean, like, we're promoting this event as much as we possibly can because like this is the platform all these guys deserve, and this is one lightweight fight not to miss.
Absolutely. Adam, let's get down to the actual fight itself. How do you see yourself getting your hand raised?
Second round stoppage.
And what about yourself, James? How do you see your hand getting raised?
I think I'll stop him in the first.
Oh wow, bold words from both men. And just a random question. Well, it seems random for this fight. Adam, do you feel like you might have a grappling advantage in this fight?
Haven't a clue. I've seen one of James's fight. That's the one that was sent on to me, and he stopped your man in the feet. It didn't go near the ground. Like, I'd love to just say yeah, but I literally haven't a clue. So I might have to go digging deeper into some more fights, and I'll see then.
And James, is that jits on point? Is it ready to rock if it hits the ground?
Yeah, I think the gym I'm training at, obviously, SW Manchester. That's what they're known for. So yeah, I'll be well ready for that.
Yeah, in fairness, I think the pair of you have trained with some absolute killers throughout your time. Adam comes from KF, and they have two Cage Warriors champions who are constantly in the gym, in Chris Fields and Carl Pendred, and then obviously yourself, James. You've had the likes of Justin Burlinson and Jack Grant floating in out of ASW Manchester as well. So, these guys are training with the very best, and they're looking to become the best, Baz.
I know, like that's why, like, hopefully we've done a good job promoting this fight, because we're really looking forward to it. And both guys are very, very, very stand-up guys. Like James, obviously a coach as well, and Adam does coaching as well on the side. It's one fight not to be missed, and may the best man win. Lads, Adam, James, is there anything you want to say to each other before you see each other in Belfast on the 25th of June? Cage Warriors 140 Belfast live on UFC Fight Pass.
Not really, just enjoy the camp, and I'll see you in Belfast.
Yeah, man. Same to you, mate. Hope you stay injury free, and I'll see you in there.
Same to yourself, yeah.
Jeez,
Ross,
Baz,
take us
again,
away,
like,
bud.
such nice guys. We don't see a loser here. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it happens. We end up like
Only nice guys signs with Cage Warriors, man.
That's it. No, honestly, guys, we wish you both the best of skill. Let the best man win, and let the leather fly, as they say. Guys, thanks a million for everyone who's watching at home. Make sure to head over to Adam and James' socials. Give them a follow. Buy the tickets if you want to go to Cage Warriors Belfast. Why wouldn't you want to go? If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you're watching on Fight Pass, hit Energized show as a favorite. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.